What drew me to Bruce Lee was this. Bruce Lee talked about individuality, being an artist, Taoism, to live in harmony with the universe, to be better than you are yesterday through expression of oneself. You know, as a child, I was segregated, spit on, told I didn't belong. But Bruce Lee's message to the world was equality.
Welcome back to Inspire Change with Jordan Mulligan. Today's episode is with the amazing CEO and founder of Ronin Tactics. His name is Tulam. Today's video was sponsored by Huel, a quick, affordable, nutritionally complete source of food with everything that your body needs. They've just sent me their new Super Greens. If you want to find out more, head to the link in the description.
Bruce Lee, I feel like he's had such an impact on people of that ripple effect, and I just wondered what your opinion was on him as a person and his philosophy.
You know, Bruce Lee came to me at 9 years old when I say that, through VHS tapes. Bruce Lee, what a rising star. He died so young. What a beautiful human being, not in just in his martial arts and his artistry. Very fashionable man, artistry and the way he represented himself. But what drew me to Bruce Lee was this. As a child, I was segregated, spit on, told I didn't belong. But Bruce Lee's message to the world was equality. We all live underneath the heavenly stars, right? Why not be kind to one another? So he talked about equality. So Bruce Lee, when equality was not a thing where I was mocked, I was spit on. I was told by my peers that, all sorts of names. And then it was reinforced by their parents. Teachers saying I don't belong, I remind you every day, but yet Bruce Lee talked about individuality, being an artist, Taoism, to live in harmony with the universe. To be better than you are yesterday through expression of oneself, movement. My mother, when my stepfather was deployed a lot, my mother would drop us off at the local library. Hours we would spend here, And my brother, he was studying to be a doctor, and I took this opportunity, and I would go and read philosophies, Taoism. So he had a huge effect on me as a child, reading literature that a normal child would, Taoism. What child at 13 years old reads about, that, the universal powers, And the thing was, he was such a role model, but what he said was, be formless, my friend, like water. Put water in a receptacle, it becomes that. And throughout my life was that I had to be formless. During a certain portion, in Special Forces, is about being formless. Your style is formless. As in, if I'm running operations with this commando force, right, in jungle raids and ambushes, right, and then I go into Africa in a Sahara Desert environment, running with Cameroon commandos, do you think the same tactics in a jungle environment will work effectively in this environment? You must form to the environment. You must understand the people. Your style, your teachings must be different. Your weaponry must be different in this environment, right? So you are formless. And Bruce Lee taught me that, to have that mindset. So in my martial art teachings, I withdrew from different forms of martial. I have certain styles that I practice more than others. And I have certain styles that I drew just so I can get at a certain angle of an attack. To take time, I take distance. I take his ability to react. Bruce Lee talks about reactive speeds, being able to react, right? I took his JKD teachings of speed and I broke it down to a way of a gun. The way he delivers a punch with his abdominal tight is the same way I deliver my movement with a weapon. So I guess you can say that I'm a mixture between Bruce Lee philosophies and his formlessness in accepting different styles and his adapting of different styles to form his own individual, right? But I'm more Masashi based in the teachings, combat and strategy, Sanju based. But it was because of Bruce Lee is where I got into Taoism and Confucius and to work on being a better human being. And that was refined through the martial arts, and that's what Bruce Lee did, right? He gave his art to the world. He left his legacy. And his legacy was left, and it greatly changed my life. And when I fought for the people, I remember this, when I fought for the people from Southeast Asia to the Middle East, I fought for the people. I fought for the ones that were enslaved, held down by dictators, starved. I fought for the people because Bruce Lee believed in equality. So, if you ask me how much he meant to me, my life. I walked the path, right? And what a beautiful person, equality. What an artist.
Huel have just sent me their new daily greens. If you want to find out more, head to the link down below. It's the most convenient way of getting everything that your body needs. It takes 10 seconds to prepare. I'm now going to hit this every single morning along with one of their shakes throughout the day. That saves me so much time when we're flying around the world with all our equipment, we're doing these podcast episodes, to know that I can get all of this nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins in 10 seconds is mind-blowing. So if you want to find out more, head to the link down below where you can get Huel. Did I mention that it's absolutely delicious? Because it really is absolutely delicious. All of their products are down below. We spoke a little bit there about the ripple effect that you've had. Where does that spread to after that? Like, where do those ripples, those people you've affected, did they then have a ripple that spreads out even further?
Yeah, you know, when you affect one person, they want to change. They're gonna work on themselves. You know, look, Confucius said, if you want the world to be a better place, it starts with you. And if I touch somebody, then they can reflect on themselves. And if they want to make themselves better, then they'll make themselves better, and then they can help somebody else. And that ripple will affect somebody else, and that ripple will touch somebody else. So the thing is just that, is that for me, I realized at a young age, because Bruce Lee affected me. He touched me. He touched me about equality. And the thing is, when I started traveling, 27 countries, and fighting for the oppressed, every life, every community, every country, every person ripples into the next. You save one life, you free one person from enslavement, it ripples through generations. And in time, if we live this way, we have a better world. Being an entrepreneur is being willing to do whatever it takes to achieve this vision that you have. Be willing to endure all the hate, the jealousy. Be willing to endure it all, the doubts, the naysayers, and walk your journey. Because you know what? In the end, it's your journey.